Okay. Hello. Hey everyone. I see people joining in. Nice to see people coming on. Hello, hello. So, hi everyone. My name is Paz and I'm a visual artist. So I'm gonna basically talk about my work. I'm gonna show some of my work and kind of share the process behind it and sort of the motivation. So generally speaking, I don't really like to talk about my work just because I feel it kind of limits it, and I like there to be room for interpretation in the work that I do. But however, in regards to in abstract terms, I would say the work kind of revolves around love, vulnerability, and healing. So I come from a graphic design background, so I incorporate those skills into the artwork that I do, and which is a natural progression coming from working on the computer. So it only makes sense that I would use the digital realm in expressing my artwork, but I don't just do that. So the stuff that I'm going to show right now is stuff that I've printed. Like I said, it comes from digital work, but that I've printed on paper and plexiglass. So I'm just going to get right to it. Let's see. Someone sent a request. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay, so here I go. Hi. Hello.
Hey there. Happy Thursday. Happy Venice Art Crawl.
Happy Venice Art Crawl. Nice to
Rock
meet you.
rock and roll. Yeah.
So so I was going to show some of my work now. Do you have a question?
I'm just
Okay.
I'm digging and watching everything that you're doing, and it's a beautiful thing. So
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to talk about the work here. So this is some of my digital work that I've done that I've printed on paper. So this kind of revolves around vulnerability and love, kind of, since today's Venice Art Crawl is about love. So this is kind of like my idea of giving and receiving love. As you can see, the infinity symbol around the breast, and that's actually me.
well, that's beautiful, and that's a beautiful form of expression as well.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So then this is another piece that I've done. This is kind of inspired from meditation that I've done. I've done a lot of inner work, and like I said, the work that I do sort of revolves around healing, and meditation is a great tool to express oneself and kind of cultivate connection with ourselves and bring about healing. So again, this is printed on paper. And this all comes from digital work. And then this here is, oops. So this is some plexi work that I've done. Again, it's all digital. So I printed it on plexi, and then I basically mounted it on a board and then framed it. So this also kind of deals with energy and meditation. So when I meditate, when I deal with sort of energy and kind of like light, in my mind, I feel like there's forms that are forming and sort of imagery that comes about, and this is kind of a representation of that. And then here's another piece. So by the way, this one here is called Light Presence. Sorry for the background glare, but you get a sense. So this one here is called Blue Sky, Red Hair. So this kind of also deals with love. This idea of kind of giving and receiving love. And again, that's me. I kind of put myself into the work, which kind of adds to the vulnerability aspect. So I'm not really looking at the comments. So if you have a question, sorry. Hopefully I'll get to it. Yeah, so anyway, let me move on. So this here, so again, this is all digital work for people that are just tuning in. This piece here is framed. I call this red ballerinas. As you can see, there's like a heart. So there's kind of like a love theme to it. And so for me, love can be like a touchy subject. There's a lot of emotion and feelings involved. And as thrilling and exciting as love can be, it can also be scary, and there could be like a level of resistance. So I feel like the dancer on the left is kind of hesitant about moving forward. So this kind of sort of deals with like getting out of our comfort zone. But like I said, a lot of the work that I do can be interpreted in different ways, and it's just really kind of how you see the work. But that's kind of what's behind it, sort of kind of letting go, getting out of our own way, just being more free, I would say. So, and then my approach to the work that I do is experimental. So I incorporate a lot of play. So whether I'm working on the computer or creating like a collage, for example, I do a lot of experimenting. So here's like a sample of some of the stuff that I pull from. So I collect the stuff, clippings from magazines, calendars that I've purchased and then cut up. So this is stuff that I've collected over time and over the years. And so yeah, so then I just kind of play with it and then kind of layer it up. Oops. And so here's like some kind of work in progress stuff of some collage, some stuff that I've kind of put together. I like this guy. He's kind of fun. He's kind of like an alien, you know? Yeah, so you can create a bunch of different imagery through collage. I highly recommend it as a tool. It's just a lot of fun. So this here is a collage that I did kind of along the line of the love theme. So this is sort of like a temple, like almost like a goddess love shrine temple that I pulled from magazines. I even pull clippings from famous artists as well. So this is from Lempica, if you recognize that work. Let's see. So moving on. So this here is another collage that I've done. So sometimes I create work out of frustration. It just happens. Sometimes the creating process is not always easy, and so I kind of just sort of use like basically like even if I have a bad experience in creating, I kind of use it. So for instance, this came from paper and I wasn't really happy with what I was doing, so then I kind of ripped it apart and then put it together and created this flower as a result. And then again, I kind of continue with the theme of like healing and love and transformation. So these are all like separate pieces, and this is actually made out of ink and nail polish. So anyways, just kind of fun. So this is kind of like an analog version of what I do on the computer, basically. So let's see. And yeah, and if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm happy to answer anything. So yeah, so just checking to see the comments, emotions and feelings and love. Wow, poignant. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello. Nail polish, awesome. Yeah, yeah, you can use anything. Oh, and this, by the way, here, just to kind of show more about experimentation and how just, I love sort of discovering things. So this, believe it, this is actually disposable palette paper. So for those people out there that are painters and you're mixing your paint, like this is kind of what I had left over and I really liked it, and then I cut it up, and it reminds me of a flower, a rose. So, you know. Oh, and then just here's more clipping stuff. So for instance, to create this piece here, you know, like I started off with this, and then I kind of separated everything based on color. So you kind of get a sense of the process. And then I kind of piece it together. So yeah, so my approach to art is just kind of going with the flow, just letting things kind of naturally unfold, because with design, it's very specific. There's like a set of rules with design. There's like a system to it. So for the art, when I do art, I tend to move away from that type of creating. Let's see. And then I wanted to show you how, because I kind of tend to mix different things. So for instance, like this collage here, I then can incorporate it into like my digital work. So I just want to show you something here on the iPad. Hold on. So yeah, so here, I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, so earlier I showed you the sunset view of the print work, and then I combined it with the love shrine of the collage to kind of create this. So, and then I can always tweak things and, you know, play around. So that's kind of part of my process. So yeah, let me flip this over. Oops. Hello. So yeah, so if you guys have any questions, let me see, where do you get your inspiration to do all of this? I just like creating and kind of mixing things up. So I took a bunch of design classes and studio classes, so I kind of incorporated some of those skills and practices and kind of incorporated it into my art. So that's kind of where I draw inspiration from, and also, like, you know, experiences. Like I said, I've done a lot of inner work, so I feel like the work kind of, my artwork reflects that sort of stuff. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know what time it is. I have no idea the time. So I don't know if I'm like running out of time or what. But anyway, just thank you for joining. So again, my name is Paz, and you can reach me at pazarts.com. So my website is www.pazarts.com. Everything that I've showed is pretty much for sale too. So you can go to the website, click on shop, and you can find the stuff there. Yeah, and then my Instagram handle is at @pazarts. Okay, I have time. All right, great. So yeah, anyway, I don't know what other people's process is, but I really love collage, and I think moving forward, I definitely want to incorporate more of that into my work, and then kind of even possibly mix some fabric. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Catherine. Nice to see you. So yeah, let me see. How much time do I have actually? Does anybody know? Thank you, thank you. Anyway, really appreciate the support, everyone. So yeah, so for the people that just joined in, my name is Paz, and I'm a visual artist. So I was just kind of showing people some of my digital work, because I see people still kind of joining in. Flipping this over. So yeah, so just kind of quickly, this is some of the digital work that I've done. How long do you have? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much time. Babe, what time is it?
9:34.
9:34. Okay, so I think I'm actually almost out of time, believe it or not. Hello, thank you for joining in. So anyway, just kind of like recap before I leave. So this is some of my digital work. This is some collage work that I've done. My background is in graphic design. I use a bunch of clippings for inspiration. And then I even kind of do like recycled work. So like this came from like paint stuff that I did, and I have a bunch of things categorized here by subject matter. And then I, you know, because otherwise I think part of like the whole art process is staying organized. So yeah, so I love recycling. It's the best. So here's like some painting stuff that I use that I recycle. So yeah, so that's part of the process. Here's some plexi work that I had. And anyway, and you know, there's a lot of benefits to using digital too. Like you can print on different materials, aluminum, glass. So I definitely want to do all of that as well. But this is just stuff that I had here at the moment. So yeah, so the work kind of revolves around the themes of love, vulnerability, healing. To me, it's all interconnected. So yeah, let me switch back. And then I think I'm out of time, guys. Well, anyway, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. This has been fun. And just hang on tight for the next person. And like I said, if you want to check out more work, go to my website, www.pazarts.com. Thank you so much. Bye.